Hiya, buddy.
Hey, pal.
How's it going? I'm so sorry that I asked. I am your host, Fat Guy. I think you're a beautiful soul. Don't try and make me feel good about me. I hate myself. I just drank 30 shots tonight. Let's just prepare this for later.
You just cock a gun.
What happened?
I just watched Jake's stream and I just see him pull out a Glock. Is that
Stop ratting me out. Chat, stop ratting me out. It came and went like a middle-aged man on Viagra. Because I'm fat, I'm just gonna start using obese like a slur. This whole conversation is really obese. Being a creator is so diabetes, bro.
You have a very short life expectancy.
Bro, you ever think about the fact that if 9/11 really was staged, that means that Osama bin Laden was framed? Imagine if Spider-Man would have just stopped 9/11. Ban that douchebag from chat. No one's gonna ban him because there's nobody here.
Fuck him in his teeth.
Tom Hanks and his wife is huge Illuminati puppets.
You sounded like a blind guy hitting his wife.
What? That's gonna be the new go yourself. It's gonna be 69 shotgun, you douchebag. If you're having sex with a woman, she wants the lights off so you can't see each other, but then you put in night vision contacts so that you can see. Is that sexual assault? It's like taking dating advice from Forrest Gump.
Still got the girl in the end.
I think AIDS got her. That's what Santa sounds like when he climaxes. Ho 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 ho!
Internet Unwind.
My buddy, Internet Unwind.
Internet Unwind's video.
Internet Unwind did a great video about this.
Internet Unwind, dude. Good to see you here, brother.
Internet Unwind, fuck off. You're an asshole, Internet Unwind. I never fucking liked you. I always lie.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Alright. It's been a while since I used OBS. I made a couple changes. I'm hoping I'm not running any problems. Let's hear the audio. Okay, looks like we're all good. But there might be a couple little snags and hiccups. Anyway. It's been a while. Just realized my chat still says test from when I was testing things earlier. Cringe. Anyway, I don't really have too much planned out here. I just needed to kind of, we need to start. I need to start. If I'm gonna jump back into this, if I'm gonna jump back into the game, I gotta just do it, right? So here we are. And I feel like we got a really, really good place to start. Because last night, I did a Twitch stream, and all of a sudden, today, something real good to talk about just drops in our lap. It's been a while since there's been a dickhead that got in trouble on stream for some ridiculous thing they did. But we got one today. Hey, Huggy Bear. I'm still working on getting a lot of the kinks worked out with the YouTube side of streaming. So you have to bear with me because I've got profiles set up for Twitch and YouTube and a bunch of other stuff. After the stream, by the way, after this stream, I'm going to go live on Twitch and stream Pokemon and stuff like I did last night. I'm going to start doing that. Well, I'll stream here and then I'll do like an after show where I'm just goofing around. I just can't use my camera because my camera uses my one capture card that I have. So for me to plug in my my Switch, I have to plug it into there. Anyway, so let's talk about dickheads in the non-physical sense, the non-biological. Let's talk about a dickhead. Where is? There it is. All right, and I think we're just gonna, since there's nobody else here. All right, so just so we're clear, this is the new format for my live streams on YouTube. I plan to make it kind of a podcast type deal. So this, shut the fuck up. This is the planned format where there will be me and other people talking and stuff like that. There's gonna be kind of a podcast type format. Okay. This is what most of these videos or these streams on this channel will be more like this. But if I don't have anybody else to be on, it'll just be me, and there's no point in doing this. Instead, we're just gonna do this. So just to FYI, it's gonna be a mix. Think kind of like how After Hours used to be, where there's episodes that are just one, there's just Augie, and there's other episodes there's other people too. But for now, we're going to this is the one that has this is the one that has the moving camera. Anyway, give me 1 second. I forgot to turn some of this stuff I can't automate, unfortunately, so I have to like set it up live in the moment. Go ahead and there we go. Cool. All right, is it on? It is on. Fantastic. There we go. Okay, so this is a tweet that was posted earlier today that kind of made it clear what was going on. I just realized the wrong chat bot is open. It's my Twitch information. The wrong chat is okay. Let me pop the chat out of YouTube because I don't have a chat that's open right now, unfortunately. All right, so the this tweet was posted earlier today, and pretty much everybody in the commentary community, especially those of us that are streamers at any capacity, all pretty much had the same reaction. Dude's a monster. No, but for real, this dude's a dickhead. All right, so watch this.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my god, we'll tell you what.
Curvy, where have you been? This person's name is Miss Nerdy Curvy, okay?
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my.
Curvy, whoa! Curvy, where have you been, bro? Dude, where have you been? Ha! Even the terminology here kind of matters, okay? Now, there's a cut here. There's a cut.
Where the fuck have you been?
There's a cut here. So there's probably a couple of comments, right? It says right here, nah, it's been horrible. So there was a couple of, she did say that she acted like she only posted one little thing. But she's clearly saying here, nah, it's been bad, whatever. Like, it's not, it doesn't seem like she's, like, being super descriptive or anything. And he asked her where she's been. And here's another thing I'm going to get into later, but we'll wait until later to get into it. How much of the conversation was between her and chat too?
Oh my god, we'll tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to talk about it in my chat. Because it's Friday, and that is a whole big bucket of bummer.
Right. So what is the bummer? I know that I'm also in the wrong for saying, well, my mom died in a stream after being asked where I've been, but the response just isn't it, fam. I made a tweet longer thingy to share a little background, but here you go. So she jumps into the dude's stream, somebody apparently she's interacted with multiple times, somebody that knows her, and the response is basically a big fuck you. That's the easiest way to say it. He said, hey, where have you been? My mom died. It's been really rough. Things have been really bad. Oh, well, fuck you. Don't you dare talk about that in my chat. How dare you address me like a human being? Like, I'm gonna say it right now, and we'll get deeper into this over the next couple minutes. It makes total sense you want your chat to be a happy, positive place. Part of being happy and positive is being welcoming. And not kicking somebody when they're down. There are a million different ways that this could have been handled differently, even under the context of what he talks about in a minute.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss.
So we're just play one more time.
Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my god, we'll tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to talk about it in my chat. Because
the most condescending, dickheaded way to say that, bro. Like, how on earth does he think that's the right way to say that?
It's Friday, and that is a whole big bucket of bummer.
Dude, it's Friday. Like, if this was a Wednesday, this would be like perfect because it's hump day. Everyone's not happy. Monday, even better because everyone hates Mondays. So it's like perfect. Like your mom died. It's Monday. It's like totally on board, right? Suck a dick.
And I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat.
You're not that sorry. Like, here's the thing. There's a million. He could have had her timed out and then had like, no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. She's cool. She's cool, right? Even see, hey Luna. She just answered the question. She did nothing wrong. I agree. Even under the context that he sets up later that there was like 3 or 4 messages. She's clearly being like, here, no, I was just responding because you asked. That's all. I was just saying. So he's clearly making this a bigger deal than it should be. And he does say that this has happened before. So we'll go into all that. But your mom didn't die? Congrats, Teddy. That's awesome. Or are you sad about that? Apparently the Miss Nerdy Curvy is doing okay, but it was rough at first. Apparently this was like a couple weeks ago and it's been bothering her. We're gonna look at the twit longer too.
Thank you. Well, okay, Miss Nerdy Curvy, you said no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world.
Your mom died? Dude, that isn't like where you've been. That's a bummer.
I said, hey, what's up? How are you?
You didn't say, hey, what's up? How are you? You said, hey, where have you been? My mom died. I've been dealing with getting her put in the ground. That's where she's been. I just realized I'm blocking my own face. I'm like looking at the camera and emoting and all that stuff. I'm like moving around, letting the camera follow my head. It makes 0 sense. It makes no sense. Not only is it not what you said to her, but what you said actually changes the context of how she replied. So he's already wrong. If you say, where have you been? Someone's going to explain where they've been. They're not going to say, oh, I've been, chilling. If their mom died. That's you asked an actual question. That's not how conversation works. The dude's clueless.
You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Curvy.
He's going to give her a lesson in the English language that's clearly wrong because he doesn't know how he even phrased his question.
When something really, really bad is going on in your life, and in a public forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are 2 acceptable responses.
Actually ask, hey, what's up? How are you? If that's the response you want.
Responses. Good, and you know what? I'll make it through. That's it.
I love how this guy's like the expert on social interaction. Like, there's only 2 ways that are acceptable to respond to this. He doesn't even mention the typical man response of, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm good. Don't want to talk about it. Whatever. Nope. He just picks 2 random in his head what in that moment would have been acceptable responses.
How are you? Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through. Awesome. Love to hear it.
This, this seems like the kind of guy that like you hate that works in the office. He's the kind of guy where like everything is always positive. Everything's always bright and chipper. He's the guy that walks in the office with coffee to like give to everybody. But then if anybody's like, no thanks, I'm not a coffee person, then he like has a grudge against that person because they didn't just gladly accept the coffee that they wouldn't drink anyway. You could have at least taken it and thrown it away.
See, there you go. Or Prom's response. I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive. There you go.
Oh, I'm alive. My mom's not, but I'm alive. What the fuck kind of response would that have been? That doesn't even make any sense. I'm probably coming off like triggered or something. This dude is genuinely just I find it hilariously stupid.
Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. Curvy. I'm just subtly trying to tell you.
Subtly? You're not trying to subtly say anything.
That unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette.
Let's see. What are they saying? I can't believe that people are actually going along with this in this chat.
It's just, it's not the place to do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it.
Well, then don't ask the question if you don't want to know.
This is a good opportunity to inform you. Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well, my dog died, my husband.
You know what's crazy? She probably thought they were friends, too. She probably thought they were friends, and then he says this, and she's like, okay, I guess we're not the friends I thought we were. Alrighty. Okay. I'm gonna go now.
Husband left me for a younger woman. My house burnt down, and my car got stolen. So I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Cause it's like, oh God, like, like, you know, like if someone asks, like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? And it's heavy. Just be like, I had a bunch of shit going on, so I've been lying low for a little while. Got it.
But by his own logic, she shouldn't even have said that. It's so dumb. Yeah, they're both streamers, and yeah, Luna and Paradox both said this. Apparently, they've even collaborated together. Like, you asked someone a question and they responded. Anyway, so here's our twit longer. So I've been sitting on this a few weeks, and it's been bugging me, and things don't tend to get to me, but this did. A little backstory, as everyone mostly knows, my mom passed away in July. So this has been a few months now, even. So I haven't been on Twitch much, and I've maybe streamed twice since, but also I haven't been in Twitch chats that I used to be in on a regular basis. For example, this streamer's channel I've been a part of for a good amount of years, and I followed since Blackout was a thing, and we played together all the time. And so they were playing together all the time, and was there when they got partnered and whatnot. Sadly, since 2020, I've been in and out because of dealing with mental health issues and family issues, which I've explained to the streamer privately in the past. But this is this go-around, it's been longer of a hiatus, and I've missed some of the communities, so I figured it was time to return. So she's known this person for years. They used to play together all the time, but they're a little bit more distant now. So they were casual friends at the very least. Unless they were strictly just collaboration buddies. They were streaming on a Friday afternoon. Me having the day off, I took the chance to hang out. I edited some videos to shorten it, but it basically shows the whole thing. The streamer's title was something along the lines of mentioning Shrek, so I broke the ice and said, "Have you ever seen Shrek in Spanish?" They talked about how they haven't seen them for a while, and I mentioned haven't seen it for a while, I guess. And I mentioned a scene they should watch, which followed up with Curvy, "Where have you been?" I was on mobile, so things were a little delayed, but they continued to talk about other things. And one of the things that made me laugh, Okay, I don't know why that says it. In chat, accidentally said LMAO, well, my mom died. When I meant to say LMAO at what they were saying prior, and then add, well, my mom died. Oh, okay. She was just reaching out. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no. She was hanging out in chat. Just talking. Just saying hi. He asked her a question. She responded. There's nothing wrong with that. And then she meant to make it two separate messages. LMAO at what he said was funny. So she's over explaining here a little bit. At what they were saying prior, and then, well, my mom died separately. But it came off wrong, and my poor grammar became an awkward moment of them critiquing me about how to spell and properly use punctuation like I was in school. Chat or the guy? Either way, that's not a good look either. Well, my mom died. Okay, but you didn't spell died correctly. Honestly, my mistake, like they mentioned. We don't want it to come off as them or me laughing about my mother's passing. So I tried to correct myself, and I said, no, I was LMAO at what you said before. This is terrible. I mean, he's not wrong. She needs to work on her grammar and her spelling. Anyway, before this, what you said before, and this time it hasn't been great. It's been horrible, so on and so on. It wasn't my intention to continue to talk about it, but they simply asked a question. I answered, feeling comfortable, safe, and telling the streamer, to a streamer / community I've been a part of for years. apparently a notable part of the community because the streamer knew and people in chat knew them. So usually there's some friendship or some level of bond there because it's a community, but apparently not. And then, well, in the video you can see the response I get. That was the first chat I've ever mentioned my mother had passed away. I don't go around and just say that in everyone's chat, nor do I go around talking about it. They asked me where I was, and I answered. As a streamer, I can highly understand how uncomfortable it is when someone trauma dumps or drops heavy news like that. It wasn't my intention. That was a casual drop, by the way. Like, if I mentioned, okay, and if this was months ago that it happened, and this only happened a few weeks ago, this incident happened only a few weeks ago, it was months apart. So, like, if the dude had actually mentioned, like, her parents, right? If the dude had just, like, casually mentioned her parents, like, hey, how's your mom? Would it then have been the same thing? Or because then he specifically said, your mom, how was your mom? I'm curious. I'm really curious. Because if he had specifically mentioned the mom, would he be okay with her mentioning that she died? Or would it still just be trauma dumping? But it came off poor grammar, wrong, and my poor grammar became awkward moment of them critiquing me and how to spell properly, use punctuation. So I corrected myself. Okay, I already read that part. I know that if it was me being told that news, I would have ended differently. I would have said something like, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I know that's got to be super hard on you right now, but since I'm streaming, I can't give the proper time and attention." Oh, that's really wordy. It's a really weird way to put it, but it's a really long and really thought out version of "Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. But I'm glad to see you here and having a good time." Ended, and you move on. That's all I had to do. End it and move on. Just say, "Oh, that's a shame. I'm really sorry to hear that." But hey, I mean, I'm glad to see you're here and having a good time. Hopefully we can have a good time today. Something like that. There's a million different ways. Dude said she brought it up multiple times before he acknowledged her in chat. Are there chat logs anywhere? That I don't know. That I don't know. But from what I'm gathering from his phrasing does not seem like he's being super honest to me. I could be wrong, but just the fact that he's all right. When we get to the video where he responds, I'll explain a little more. So I left the stream immediately after and unfollowed on everything. Granted, I've said things in their past on their channel and shared things that were silly but also personal, especially in their Discord. That's why I said what I said. Those things I've said in the past and done, I'm not fond of and would take them back in a heartbeat. But trauma dumping is one thing. But this is on a different level, in my opinion. Basically, I know that I've overshared and stepped out of bounds, but the response wasn't it, especially for someone grieving. I'm not a child and shouldn't be taken talked down to as one. So, the problem I have here, okay? First of all, they're talking about this, that both they and the guy basically said what they're talking about this is being trauma dumping. Someone asking you where you've been and you responding is only trauma dumping, which is, to me, I'll be honest with you, kind of a silly term to begin with. If you're like, "Oh, I'm feeling suicidal. I just have this and this and going into this whole long spiel about it," but just saying something casually like, "Yeah, it's been really rough because my mom died, so I'm just having a rough time." But anyway, if that's all it is, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't sound like that. Still sounds like an overreaction to me.
Good morning.
Anyway, so here's what's interesting. So this is his YouTube channel, I guess, because he says his Twitch account is We Found the Body. Does he have another channel here? Is this the guy? I don't think this is the guy. No, it's just subscriptions. So is this really it? He doesn't even have his Twitter linked, so he doesn't really use YouTube for backing up his information, I guess. All right. So this is an unlisted video. It says something for Twitter. So the fact that he's starting this off by titling it a little dumb thing about Twitter makes this a petty move by him to begin with. Because he's talking about how the whole point of titling it this is that, well, Twitter people don't know who I am, so they don't know the rules in my chat, and that's how this really works. So I'm just going to say that this is just Twitter people not knowing what they're talking about. Bye-bye. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is him being dismissive of the criticism he's receiving from people right off the jump. Before you even fucking play it, he's already being dismissive by the frickin' title. Trying not to say it and trying not to cuss too much. Anyway.
I have something that I prepared, something that I've written down that I'd like to share with you guys. And it's right here on my screen. So if I'm, glancing from the camera down to the screen from time to time, it's just because I'm following along with what I've written. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John, or Disgusting Piece of Shit, as some of you prefer to call me on Twitter. Either is fine. It's cool.
So he's just, yeah. Hi, John. See, he's just extremely offended that people have a problem with the way he handled this. Like, he doesn't seem to be even considering, for most of this video, he doesn't seem to even be addressing that, like, I could have handled this differently. He's like, no, I handled this the right way. Bar none. And then at one point he says, I mean, I guess I could have handled it a little different. And he goes right back to being offensive again.
Twitch, my handle is We Found the Body. I've decided to make a video to address this whole situation.
By the way, can I just point out the ridiculous irony of that? My name is We Found the Body, but let's not talk about anything dark, anything morbid, anything depressing. But my handle is We Found the Body. We found the body. But everybody happy, lucky, everybody have a great day. It doesn't make any sense. It's so dumb.
Regarding my reaction to someone's grief comments in my chat that have gained traction on Twitter, which is, why we're here, is why we're doing this. There's a few things that I'd like to make clear about the matter at hand. Firstly, it is well known in my channel that I do not tolerate heavy news, drama, or trauma dumping, if you will, being entered or dropped into the chat. This has been discussed and explained and made clear many times while I've been live over the last 4+ years that I've been on Twitch.
Here's the problem with that, my guy. She may have been involved in those. You may have talked to her about those before. How does a new person coming into chat know any of that? We have a community. We have a community of people that never talk about anything real. We have a community of people that all ignore the realities of life.
I also have a rather lengthy text command that appears frequently and explains this in my chat in words, maybe for any...
He goes so far to tell people, like, I don't want to associate with you. I don't want to have a conversation with you. I want you to sit here and just let's all smile and send each other hearts and butterflies. That he has it pumping through his chat, like steroids running through Liver King.
Anyone that doesn't have volume on or maybe is hearing impaired. Regulars know this information well. The people that come to my channel often, they know this. They see it all the time. So that's something that I want to make sure everyone understands. Secondly, the clip that this individual...
By the way, I've never seen somebody so soft that it goes around to being them cold-hearted. I've never seen somebody so soy that they can't handle... Like, they can't handle, like, any negativity to the point of, like, becoming cold-hearted. Like, they would... Like, if it's a circle, right? It just goes all the way back around. It's like, there's nice, kind-hearted person, dickhead. I'm such a nice person that I want everybody to have a nice time that I'm going to go all the way back around to the other side of the circle because I want to make sure everybody has a nice time. It just doesn't make any sense. We renamed your channel. We found the positivity.
Individual has provided was edited and chopped up to cut out a lot of the context and dialogue required, I feel, to fairly assess the matter as it truly unfolded.
Which is interesting because notice that there's not any clips in here or anything showing the missing context. Oh, wow. The guy was smart enough to make an unlisted video to put on YouTube to send specifically just to Twitter so that there's no actual live video on YouTube. He didn't have to post it anywhere else. It's just unlisted, and then people can watch it from Twitter because it was just for Twitter, blah, blah, blah. He was smart enough to go through all of these steps. He's smart enough to put the bot in his chat that's going to constantly spam about how, like, hey, if you're having a bad day, keep that shit to yourself because we're all smiles here. But he's not smart enough to, like, go back and clip out the clip where the missing context was within that few seconds. Because it's clearly a few seconds because of the way he's talking and what he's talking about. It's not a whole lot of time passes in there. Show the missing context then, if this is that big a deal.
You've seen the edit, but what it doesn't show is that twice I didn't acknowledge her comments about the deceased family member.
Twice. He didn't acknowledge comments. It'd be nice to know what those comments were and if they were even directed at him. Because I'd like to know if she maybe was talking to anybody else in chat.
On purpose. I read them to myself but didn't react in depth in an attempt to simply avoid having the stream temporarily hijacked by this type of heavy, serious...
Hijacked. It was hijacked. I didn't want her to hijack my stream. I didn't want her to hijack my stream. Ban. Timeout. Private message. There's so many different ways. Other than like, hey, no one wants to hear about your dead Mima.
Trauma commenting. It wasn't until the third time that she brought it up in chat and expressed how horrible life has been.
Wait. How horrible life has been. That's the one that's in the chat. So she mentioned, and wait, actually, I think her own Twitlonger confirms it. I think her own Twitlonger confirmed it. She said that she made the comment about her mom being dead when he asked where she was. Then she said LMAO, because she said LMAO, my mom's dead, and then she clarified, right? And then the third one was the one he just said was the third one. The LL, nah, it's been horrible. So he just confirmed exactly what's in her Twitlonger. So I was with you, Paradox. I thought maybe there was more to it. But he just confirmed that the two that he skipped over were the two she mentioned in her Twitlonger. There was nothing there.
That I reacted to it the way that I did. One very important detail that I think I should share is that this individual has been spoken to about this before. This is not the first time that she's violated the expectation that people not share heavy news in my channel.
Then don't ask. Join the military. Learn about don't ask, don't tell.
Previously, she shared in my chat very personal, detailed, potentially triggering comments regarding a toxic relationship that she was involved in.
Potentially triggering. Like saying, we don't care about your mom being dead. That's not triggering at all. No one cares. Life is meaningless. If you die, no one cares if you died. That's not triggering at all.
And this was approximately a year and some months ago. And at that time, I did in fact let her know that I don't appreciate or entertain that type of commenting in my channel. Her and I met in Discord. We spoke privately and discussed her relationship situation as friendly acquaintances. and she
As friendly acquaintances. Oh, so it's almost like she would have a reason to anticipate that maybe you are friendly acquaintances and can have a friendly conversation about what's going on in one's life. That's wild that she would think that. That's wild that she would think that. I'm trying not to make a joke that I really want to make. It's wild that a woman would be emotional, my guy. Especially about the passing of her own mother. Okay, I'm like overly dramatic because I haven't done streaming in so long, but yeah, this is just insane to me. It's so hilariously stupid. This guy is so brain dead. It's so dumb.
She expressed to me that she understood why I don't like that sort of thing being entered into my chat. We had an understanding. The frustration you witnessed in that edited clip that she provided is a result of this expectation not being understood as I believed it was. The frustration from having her argue in chat that she was, quote, just answering my question, even though she's been spoken to about this type of thing before, and she knows full well, you know.
I can't remember what it was from. I wish I could remember what the show was from. There was a show I remember at one point that there was this scene where like, no, we're friends. We're not friends. And it was like somebody's like having a hard time or something. Like it's like, no, it's just, we're not friends. We're just friends. And like bawling her eyes out.
She was a streamer for a time. That this type of thing is most certainly frowned upon. Dude, I'm getting follows right now. From Joe JCKS, Bro Chacho, welcome to the channel.
Look, I really don't care who in your family died. I don't care what I asked you. It really doesn't matter. All you need to know is that what I require from you is to never talk to me, don't look at me in the eye, and do not associate with me.
Okay.
Oh, good. We got a follow. Dicksucker9000. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for interrupting this heartfelt message that I was sending to, mourning daughter number 1.
Dude, thanks for the follow. Yeah, maybe we should just, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to cut this out. Let's one and done. I like to say one and done.
One and done. Yeah, it's kind of how it's how most people are with mothers. You get one and then it's done.
Where was I? Oh yes. Thirdly. Oh, my third point.
Oh, my
yes,
third point. Good. Yes.
Points. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. And this is where a lot of you are going to fucking hate me more than you already do.
This is probably where he should just stop talking then. I didn't get to point 3. I watched the first 2 points and I was like, if those were good points to you, I don't even need to watch the rest of this. Point 3 is probably where I'm going to lose it.
It's not my job to take on people's grief
or
drama
fair.
while I'm live. Big or small, seemingly harmless or not. It's just not my job. It is my job, however, unfortunately.
That part was fair.
To have to repeatedly explain to specific individuals that they violated the channel rules and chat expectations to not share heavy, energy-changing news or drama in the chat.
All right, just so we're clear. Because I see Sleepy Gold probably isn't going to agree with me right there. The reason I say I agree with him on the first part of that, is because it is not really a streamer's job to like cater to the audience's every whim and emotion. Right, it is their job to be respectful about dealing with turning them down and things like that. Sleepy. That like it's not his job, but he could respect the person. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's not your job to counsel them, to be therapy for them. It's not your job to do any of that. If you're actually a friend to somebody, you would be there for them. I had people there for me over the last 2 years, Paradox and a couple other people that have been very there for me, Jay, Jack, and I try and be there for all of my friends as much as I can be. The responsibility on the streamer is not to let them just go off, and no one, I don't think, is saying that you have to just let them go off, my guy. What I think they are saying is you don't have to be a dick about telling them this isn't the time or place. And sure, you may have had conversations with them before, but were those other situations prompted by things you said? This one was directly prompted by what you said, and you have to like do a big mental gymnastics performance at the Mental Olympics to try and like justify freaking out, like snapping on them the way you did, and like kicking them when they're down. Like if they're having a bad day or they got triggered by something or whatever, and that's why you like go off about like, well, you really shouldn't be talking about this. It's kind of trauma dumping, and it's something about bad about their day, that something happened that kind of freaked them out a little bit. That's one thing. But this is their mother passing away. For a woman, the mother passing away is very difficult. Like a son and a father, sometimes it's not that big a deal. A lot of times with the mother-daughter relationship is a whole different thing. Like it sticks with them no matter when it happened. It sucks for forever. Also, parasocial relationship are a tricky thing as well. Yeah, true. And I'm sure at some level, his logic behind this is like, well, oh my word, I keep getting these notifications for advertisements from Brave. It's annoying me. Anyway, I'm sure at some level, his thought process is, well, I don't want to have some kind of like parasocial relationship dynamic or anything like that going on. So we're just going to not talk about it at all. Still also the wrong way to handle it, though. And he just kind of comes off like a dick. I think that's everything I wanted to say about that. Anyway.
Now, I understand that I was somewhat harsh and crass and insensitive to this woman. I'm sorry for that. I have apologized. I'm still sorry for it.
Gotta love how he says this at the end of the video, and then he's gonna be surprised. He's gonna act surprised when no one saw this, because they sat there listening to all this coping about like justifying why everything he did was completely valid, why there was nothing wrong with it, and then at the tail end, well, I guess it's the middle. It feels like the tail end, but it's close to the middle. He switches gears to apologize.
I'm sorry for hurting her feelings and for being, cunty about it. But I'm not sorry for reminding her and others in the community to leave your baggage at the door when you enter someone's chat. I should have just skipped over her comments and moved on, but I didn't. And people make mistakes, and that happens to be one of the mistakes that I've made. I think it's important.
By the way, can we just talk about this real quick? I've been like being sarcastic and joke around, ha 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 ha. But for real, the way he could have handled this at the harshest, and it would have made the most sense in his situation where, oh, they've had all these conversations before, they've had this, they've had that, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Here's what he could have done very easily, and it would have still been a little harsh, but nobody would be complaining about it. Hey, Nerdy Curvy? Sorry you're having a rough time. We try and keep that out of the chat. You've been told that before. So we're going to time you out for a while. I hope everything's good, but we're going to go ahead and keep moving, okay? All right. And then get back to the stream. You easily let her down like, "Hey, we're not going to talk about it. Sorry about that. That sucks. But let's get back on a train. Instead, go on a tangent. Instead, let's go on a tangent about how offensive and rude it is to respond appropriately to the question that was asked.
Important to mention for those of you that don't know me at all, which is damn near all of you, that I'm very upfront with people.
Oh yeah, this part got me. This part got me. I forgot I skipped ahead in the video when I was at work earlier.
Know me at all? I think it's important to mention for those of you that don't know me at all, which is damn near all of you, that I'm very upfront with people. I understand that my personality, my demeanor, my choice of words isn't for everyone. I am a very strong flavor that a lot of people don't like.
I'm a very upfront person, and some people don't like my choice of words. People don't like my choice of words either. But you know what the difference is? I'm clear about my intention, and I don't manage to make things sound like you're horrible for even opening your fat mouth. You dumb whore. That's how his reaction in that rant came off. Like, you dumb woman, how dare you, woman, show up in my chat. That's his vibe in that clip. He comes off so aggressive, condescending, and rude, to put it mildly. That's not being upfront. I feel like this guy is like lying to himself about what being upfront and being clear, a clear communicator is. It does not compute.
And I'm okay with that. I don't pander. I don't pussyfoot around something that bothers me or needs to be said. I don't mind informing someone that their chat etiquette fucking sucks. No matter the...
What about human etiquette? What about just etiquette in general? What about your streamer etiquette? Your chat etiquette sucks. My streamer etiquette is just impeccable because me screeching at somebody, yeah, that's totally rational.
Situation, clearly. And for those of you on Twitter that want to crucify me, you want to chop me up and roast me.
Gotta love how he's blowing all this like so massively out of proportion too. Like everybody's like, dude, you're a dickhead. Like, wow, this is ridiculous. I can't believe you were like, this rude to somebody over like, well, my mom died. Hey, where have you been? Oh, my mom died, so I just had a lot going on. How dare you make me feel? How dare you put that on me? I'm sorry? You should be.
Have at it. Type until your fingers are sore. As it is my right to decide what's okay in my chat and my channel, it is your right for you to decide how you'd like to roast me on Twitter. I haven't commented, replied, liked, shared, or retweeted any of it at this point, and I'll be keeping it that way. But I do read some of it, like not much, but some of it. And I'll be...
I like how he's like, you have the right to say whatever you want on Twitter. You have a right to do this, right to do that. But at the same time, almost all this video is a giant cope. This guy, like, I don't use that term lightly. I don't often say if somebody's coping. It's a cope. It's a bit of a cope, bud. Thanks for hanging out, Lizzie. How dare you change the energy? Exactly. How dare you?
Taking your views into consideration, probably with popcorn in the Discord with a few homies, if I'm being completely honest. I'd like to end this little rant by saying Twitch is an amazing...
So he admits that he screwed up. He should have handled it differently. But he jokes that he's been like just reading a bunch of the replies with people in his Discord where he doesn't want drama. So he's in his Discord reading tweets about the drama that he didn't want, enjoying the drama, enjoying the attention from the drama with popcorn. Am I wrong? Or is there a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense there because it just conflicts with his supposed logic? I feel like I'm picking up on a lot of different things that just do not, like, they don't mesh. I feel like I must be missing something, or he's just completely oblivious to how inconsistent he is.
Amazing place. I fucking love streaming and the incredible community that I'm a part of. I have met some of the most significant people in my life on
What is he doing now? What is this got to do with anything?
Twitch. So I value and appreciate it, like what it offers us all. It's not lost on me. It's one of the most important things in my life. A lot of you don't really know who I am, but now you know a little bit. I'm jagged, I'm flawed, I'm obnoxious, I make shitty jokes, and I'm a fucking asshole.
I agree.
I don't try to hide that. I never have. But at least you know what you're getting from me. Okay, that's called consistency.
What? That's called consistency. You've been completely inconsistent this whole time, aside from the fact that you are an asshole. That is the only consistent thing that you've said this entire time.
Consistently a fucking asshole.
I agree.
Like, what they teach you in, like,
7 minutes in, and I finally agree with something he said. We found common ground. But do you agree that you're a dickhead?
YouTube streamer school, how to be a streamer 101, consistency. Well, I've got that in spades. Twitter, it's been swell, but I gotta go. If any of you would like to check out the channel, that would be fucking tits. That would be fucking, not fucking tits, but it would be like fucking tits. If you guys would, swing by the channel sometime. I'm partnered on.
That was not how to promote. Just the he can't find his point, but he found the body, and apparently it was Curvy Nerdy's mom's. Okay, fine. Admit he turns this around. At least I'm consistent. It's a great comedy bit. Great comedy mind on this guy.
Twitch. I stream full time Monday to Friday, and my streams go live at 1 p.m. Eastern. My channel is 18 plus.
So he's a full-time asshole.
A lot of fucked up shit gets said, and I stream a variety of games with a little something for everyone. Feel free to swing by anytime and see what all the commotion is about, or don't. You don't have to swing by. That's the beauty of Twitch. That's the beauty of making a choice. We can choose who we watch.
Why is this guy trying to get, like, philosophical about Twitch chat? What is the point?
Right? You don't need to watch a streamer that offends you or doesn't entertain you or make you laugh or...
Does he think that's what's going on, is we're offended? Does he think that people are offended by this? No, they think you're an asshole. And you just admitted you are. So we agree. We found common ground. We're leaving you alone.
Engage you. Whatever. You make the choices that are right for you. If you do swing by, all I ask is that maybe, just maybe, you don't bring in any drama or trauma or heavy news or baggage into the chat, because, it's happened before and I've been known to fucking lose it when that happens. Cheers, guys. Have a great fucking day.
Now, if anybody wants to jump in to the call, feel free. Waiting to call is open, but I just I had a joke that I was gonna make there at the end. I can't remember what it was now. I lost it. Yeah, but it needs to say consistent, but like one of the S's needs to be hanging just a little too low or something like that, so it droops a little bit, so it's not a consistent line. That would be, like he said, tits. That would be tits. What's going on, Huggy?
Hello.
How you doing?
Well, I had you mute thing. Hi. So yeah.
So what do you think about tits?
I just think that this guy body is just out of. He's out of order. Listen, I agree with everything you said, and
give me a butt. I want to fight with you. Give me a butt. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Hold on.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
The thing is that listen, I have been known when you have someone that you have a relationship online, you know, someone that makes you feel fuzzy wuzzy in the tummy, and then
relationships don't usually make me feel fuzzy wuzzy there. They're usually just a little slightly south of there. Not quite the tummy. A little lower.
I don't know what happened, but anyways, but the thing is that you should feel safe enough to just say. He didn't say like, oh, she had this or she had that. No, she just said, my mom died, right?
Right.
And as a human being, just be like, you empathize, and you don't know if you're gonna show this later on. But
you would think you would empathize anyway.
But there was like an old tweet he did. It's in one of the replies when he was talking about whatnot, where he tweeted out like condolences to so and so. So he's a human being, but it just he just wants to reprimand her. She's sad. She feels so bad. And you out here trying to grammar police her, or like you're trying to do etiquette.
Yep, making a big deal out of nothing. I mean, technically, you could say the same thing about this stream, but I just kind of wanted. I knew it was going to be a lot of fun to laugh at this guy.
No, but it's like, but I could put it to you like this: Unwind. It's like if someone brand new came into your community or came in. And like you got to know them, and then they said something down the line. It might catch you off guard, and you're not there to fix them. But at the ending of the day, like you're not here to fix them. You could say whatever, and if you want to be that more of a good person that you would say, you can offer them a VC or a DM or whatnot.
Right.
You could do all that. You are a streamer. I'm sorry, I'm getting very. It bothers me.
Right. There's a bunch of ways that this could be handled, and that the way that it was handled was not the way to do it, basically.
Oh, yeah, of course. You could just be a human being, but yeah, I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, the thing I'm like really kind of excited for now, the thing I'm kind of waiting for, is the day that this guy screws up something like he has a hard breakup or something like that, and then he goes on stream. Guys, just I'm a full-time streamer. I can't not stream right now, but just so you know, I'm a little down right now, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna push on. Had a breakup. We're gonna push on. We're gonna push on. I'm waiting for like the day he's like, guys, I got COVID. I gotta stream because I'm a partnered streamer and I have to stream and I'm sick and I kind of have to like keep going and push through, and I can't wait. I can't wait for how every single time he starts talking about his emotions and his feelings in his chat, every single time now. Clip, 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 clip. And it's going to get thrown back in his face every time. There's going to be montages of him, like, don't keep all of your personal, unfortunate stuff out of here. Every single time. And there's going to be a bunch of clips of it making fun of him. And honestly, I can't wait because it's gonna be really freaking funny now.
I just want I don't know if you cover this, but in your personal view, what would you say is the difference between trauma dumping versus just sharing, or just
well, I mean, first of all, trauma dumping is more like throwing a bunch of information on people that are not prepared for it and should not expect it to be coming. Like, for example, I've heard people claim, like, don't trauma dump on your therapist. Their job is to have you drop all of your baggage for them to help you reorganize.
Yes.
That's literally their job. You're paying them to help you reorganize your baggage. The whole reason you're there. The whole reason you're paying them $70 a month. Or a visit. Or whatever. So that's insane. If your friends aren't willing to hear you out about things, they probably aren't. I mean, obviously there's a way to go about it. Like, you don't just go and out of the blue and just drop everything unless it's already been established that, like, you know, if you don't want to talk about something, we can talk about it. Like, me and my friends, we've established, like, I'm cool. If any of you guys need to talk about anything, we're good. And most of them have, like, made it clear, like, yeah, same here. That's, like, if you have that kind of relationship with people, we're like, yeah, we've established this is good. We're cool. If you need to talk, let's talk. That's one thing. But if you just go up to, like, if I was to like hop in a call with Tipster or Kristen Ark or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then I just go off about everything going on with me, and I'm sad about it, right? I'm not, like, joking around about it and things like that. Like, for me, like, when I told people, like, I was going through a divorce and stuff like that, I would make it a joke because I'm kidding around. I'm, like, having fun. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, haha, I'm over it. I took a break until I was able to come back. So a big part of it is, like, if you're making it sad and you're bringing everything down and you're, like, putting that baggage on them, that's a big part of it. You're dumping the baggage on them and making them feel bad about it, right? So a lot of it has to do with how you do it, how much information you're dropping on them, things like that. It's stuff like that typically that I think usually will result in that kind of perspective. And that's probably not how most people view it. But I'm accounting for the nuance of different people and different behaviors and things like that. I just realized, unfortunately, you were a little bit low because I had my desktop audio turned down pretty low. I hope all the audio was good enough on stream.
It sounds good. It sounds really good. I like what you're doing over here. Unwind. It's pretty slick, daddy. I do say so myself.
Slick daddy. What's going on, Demonic?
Well, what's happening? What do I walk in on?
I'm live on YouTube.
Streamer. So basically, Demonic streamer says to viewer, "You're trauma dumping. I don't like it that you're trauma dumping. Shut the fuck up." It says like, don't talk about that your mother died. That's what's happening. That's the topic.
Did you hear about this story?
Fill me in and maybe.
Yeah, well, basically, a streamer took a break. Another streamer, she jumped in his chat a few months later. They were familiar with each other. Said, "Dang it! See, I just went over all this in chat."
No, I said it basically.
It was basically the guy was a dickhead. That's more or less all it is.
It's kind of like demonic. It's kind of like demonic. Like you have a viewer coming into your live stream and said they went through a lot of sad stuff, and you go in and tell them, whoa. When this is a no depressing zone, you need to mind your P's and Q's, Missy, or lad, or whatever. That's basically what happened. And she's very sad that happened.
Thank you, Hellfire.
Well,
Yeah, no, it's dumb. It's a lot to recap. I just did like an hour-long stream on it that I'm wrapping up. I am gonna stay in chat. But I guess I'm gonna wrap up the stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm gonna go over to Twitch. I'm gonna stay in the call. I'm gonna go over to Twitch and I'm just gonna go play some Pokemon or something over there. So if anybody wants to come over to Twitch and hang out, here I'll put the link in chat.
Oh, by the way, I gave you some clips. By the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new clip room on the Oh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work?
How you doing, Demonic?
well, I'm about to go rob a blonde Colombian that lives on a tropical beach, so I'd say I'm doing pretty good.
You're what?
It's not working. It keeps breaking the link because it tries to recognize Unwind from twitch.tv/internetunwind as my channel, as addressing myself. So I can't post my link to my Twitch chat.
I'll do it. Let me see if I can do
Anyway,
it.
it'll do the same thing, almost guaranteed. Anyway,
All right.
yeah, twitch.tv/internetunwind. The link is probably in the description. I'm gonna stop the stream here and then I'm gonna go live over there in just a minute or two. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Internet Unwind.
My buddy, Internet Unwind.
Internet Unwind's video.
Internet Unwinds did a great video about this.
Internet Unwind, dude. Good to see you here, brother.
Internet Unwind. Fuck off. You're an asshole, Internet Unwind. I never fucking liked you. I always lied.